Katie, Community Champion of the Year, congratulations.
Yeah, woo, thanks.
Very exciting award, and you are Executive Director at Launch Indy at Union 525. I want to talk about that in a moment, but really your connection to the tech ecosystem and impact on that ecosystem is extensive and has happened before your current role. Back to Bloomington, the Bloomington Technology Partnership, creating and launching a code school in Bloomington. Talk about your background and your experience in Bloomington.
Yeah, in Bloomington, I was really lucky to get to build the Bloomington Technology Partnership from the ground up. When I started part-time, 12 hours a week. We had a static website, and 4.5 years later, we'd accomplished a super dynamic website with events page, company profiles, jobs board. Did a code school that was free for all Monroe County residents, funded through a local grant, and also with the help of other people at my organization, launched an accelerator program for IU and Ivy Tech student startups.
Wow, that is a lot, and I think representative of the momentum we're seeing in the tech ecosystem around the state of Indiana. You are now heading up Launch Indy, Union 525. Talk about Launch Indy, as we were just talking off camera a moment ago. Launching a co-working space in a pretty crowded arena is a challenge.
Yeah, it's a challenge, but the really beautiful thing about the saturation of co-working spaces in places like Indianapolis is that it affords us the opportunity to think about what markets aren't being served, what programs can we implement to really be a catalyzing force for local entrepreneurs. Co-working needs to be more than a real estate option now, and just cheap office space for entrepreneurs. We're really better serving the startup community if we can be adding programs and networking opportunities and events that help them grow their business. And so Union 525 is a perfect place for us to do that. And I'm just really grateful that I have the opportunity to kind of build that out within Launch Indy.
Give us the latest on Launch Indy and also Union 525, because that's some really interesting space that I know has filled up.
Yes, so Union 525 is at 100% capacity. Wow. We have a wait list for companies to get in. The building owners are looking towards what the next phases of building development look like. It's not just that we don't want to lose the companies that are already there, it's that we want to help them succeed in their business, and providing office space for them is part of that. So, so exciting time for the Union, exciting time for Launch Indy. We're not quite at capacity yet, but if we hit our current numbers, I think that we'll be at capacity by our 2-year birthday this September. And we're just starting to launch some new programs and initiatives, brought on our first intern last week, and we'll just be continuing to create more programs, networking opportunities, and events for the local tech community.
Very good. The judges, one of the things that stood out to them is Katie's tendency to go rogue to get things done. So you might comment on that, and also your interest in focusing on underrepresented, underserved populations when it comes to tech.
So, I mean, in a lot of ways, since the beginning of what I did with the tech partnership in Bloomington, I've worked from a budget of almost $0 at everything that I've done. And when you do that, it's not just going rogue as much as it's figuring out how you can make the most impact spending as little money as possible. So, the code school was only possible through a grant through the Community Foundation in Monroe County. And the Startup Accelerator we did by just working a few more hours every week to get it done. We did that this December at Launch Indy when we started our social impact accelerator for any kind of startup that has a do-good bend or is trying to make a difference. It cost $100 for each entrepreneur to participate, super cheap for a 12-week program. And I had no budget other than that. So that covered our catering expenses for the pitch day, and that was about it. So really it's all about figuring out how you can maximize your impact with as little money as possible. And some of that is just working hard, rolling up your sleeves, doing a lot of it yourself, being the janitor of the co-working space because you've got to clean up some stuff yourself instead of pay somebody.
Congratulations, Katie Birge, Community Champion of the Year.
Yeah, woo, thanks.